From Poverty to Millions, a story that will change your mindset. Max was born in a small town where almost nobody believed in big dreams. His father worked in a factory and his mother cleaned offices. Money was always tight. Sometimes the family had to count every dollar until the next paycheck. Since childhood, Max heard the same phrases over and over again. Money only belongs to the rich. Without connections, you will never succeed. You should accept the life you have. But one day, everything changed. When Max was 16 years old, he accidentally found an old book about successful entrepreneurs. He read it late into the night. One sentence stood out. Rich people are not born rich. They become rich through their decisions. That sentence stayed in his mind. The next day, he started taking action. While his friends were playing video games and hanging out, Max was reading books, watching educational videos, and learning new skills. Months passed. One day, he tried making money online for the first time. He worked for several weeks and earned only a few dollars. Most people would have quit, but not Max. He understood that every mistake was a lesson. A year later, he had built a small source of income. He didn't buy expensive things. He didn't spend money trying to impress others. He invested in knowledge. The more he learned, the more opportunities he began to see around him. While his friends complained about life, Max searched for solutions. While they looked for excuses, he looked for opportunities. One day, he heard the story of an entrepreneur who had started from nothing. At that moment, Max decided to take a risk. He launched his first small project. The first months were terrible. There were almost no customers. Money was running out. People close to him said, "We told you it would never work." But Max kept going. Every morning he woke up earlier than everyone else. Every evening he went to bed later than everyone else. Another year passed. Then something happened that nobody expected. His project started generating a steady profit. At first, it was a small amount. Then it became more. And then even more. A few years later, he earned his first $100,000. For some people, it was just a number. For Max, it was proof that his mindset worked. But he didn't stop. He kept growing. He studied marketing, finance, sales, the psychology of success. With every passing year, his income increased. But most importantly, he changed as a person. Max realized one thing. Wealth does not begin in your wallet. It begins in your mind. If a person believes they are destined to be poor, they will always find reasons to do nothing. If a person believes they can succeed, they will always find a way. One day, a journalist asked him, "What is the secret of your success?" Max smiled and replied, "I simply refused to quit when everyone else did." Those words became his life philosophy. Years went by. His businesses grew. His investments generated income. He traveled the world. He bought the house of his dreams. He helped his parents retire and never worry about money again. But when people looked at his success, they only saw the result. They didn't see the sleepless nights, the fear, the failures, the mistakes, the thousands of hours of hard work. One evening, Max stood on the balcony of his home, looking out over the city. He remembered the young boy who once lived in a tiny apartment and dreamed of a better life. And then he understood. Success does not arrive overnight. It is built through small actions repeated every day. Discipline creates wealth. Persistence creates opportunities. Belief in yourself gives you the strength to keep moving forward. If you are listening to this story right now and thinking that your life will never change, remember this. Every great success story begins with a single decision. The decision not to quit. The decision to learn. The decision to take action. Maybe you do not have much money today. Maybe everything seems difficult right now. But your future depends on what you do today. So start now. Take the first step, then the second, then the third. One day, you will look back and realize that those small actions led you to extraordinary success. Remember, your story of wealth is only just beginning.